Alright, greetings everyone. This video is what it says in the title. We're going to be taking a look at the new tier sets coming in midnight and just discussing them and talking about my preferences and reactions. We're going to start with Warrior. Hooray. Okay. This is the normal coloration. I like red, I like black, I like red and black together. So this is a big winner for me. Now we got yellow and gray on Raid Finder. Heroic is green. That's interesting for a warrior. And Mythic is this sort of eerie blue with some gold. So I guess that's aiming for like a void look. Gladiator is this nice fire sort of molten orange thing. I'm looking at this on an orc. I'm going to be looking at them all on an orc. Elite is a bright pink purple. Anyway, you can see what it is. Let's go to the normal. So I'm just going to talk about this. I like it. I like Warrior. I don't know. I like the big tusks. It's definitely going for like an elephant theme. It's even got tusks on the gloves and boots. I like it. It looks very plate armor. I like the little fur, white fur touches around. I like this little, what would you call that? Like a ponytail, rat tail, pigtail. I don't know. It's a tail. I like this. So this is going to get, what's my rating for this? 8.5 out of 10. Alright, so that's Warrior. Let's move on to Paladin. Okay, here's Paladin on an orc. I know orcs can't be paladins. This is normal. So again, we've got a red and white with a sort of bronzy, brassy, goldy trim. I like the color. What's Raid Finder? Ooh, teal. Teal and white with a dark gray. Yeah, that works for me too. Heroic. Okay. Again, black and red with sort of fell green highlight. So this is definitely aiming at like a blood elf character. Which again, like in Season 3 of War Within, they also did Heroic as like a Blood Elf Silver Moon type of coloration. Alright, Mythic is purple and white. I don't necessarily care for that, but that's fine. Alright, Gladiator. Okay. Got sort of a yellow and dark gray. Sort of a golden. Nothing wrong with that. Elite. Okay. More of an alliance type thing, whereas the normal coloration on the PvE stuff is more of a, I don't know if that's Horde, but anyway, I like it. I do like it. I will be collecting this set. I will be collecting the Warrior set. What would I give this? I'll give it an 8. Give it a solid 8. Alright, so that's Paladin. Moving on to Hunter. Okay, Hunter. This one is giving me mixed feelings. Mixed feelings. It's definitely over the top, and I appreciate that. The Season 3 War Within Hunter set was subtle and understated. This is definitely more toward over the top. I can only guess that a certain amount of the Hunter community said they didn't like the subdued look, and you know, Blizzard was like, okay, we'll go over the top. Ooh, look at that. Red, pink with black. I like that. There's no way I'm ever going to get to Elite Gladiator on one of my characters, but I would if I could. As you guys know, my playstyle in this game is low effort, strictly solo. So I don't do group PvP. I don't do arenas. I probably won't be doing any PvP gathering. I will probably gather this set. I actually like this green heroic sort of a Mountain Dew green, but the other colors in the appearance kind of tie it together. We've got like a subdued purple and kind of a cloudy blue, gray blue, along with the really bright green highlights. I like it. Only thing I don't like, as you can see, this little, everybody's calling it the belt dong. The belt dong clips through the kilt, or the bottom of the shirt, whatever you want to call that. And that's going to bother me. You know, I wish they could have found a way around that. But, you know, I don't necessarily mind the dong itself, but the clipping with the bottom of the kilt bothers me. Alright, that's Hunter. We'll move on to Rogue, one of my favorites in this set. Let's see, this is Gladiator, this is Elite. I'm not necessarily all about them at all. Normal. Okay, we have a turquoise with maroon highlights, or with sort of a muted brown and a touch of white. I've always liked like turquoise and red as a color scheme, so I quite like that. Raid Finder is pink with muted purple. Like it. Heroic is poisony green, and Mythic is very good. This is again a red and black arrangement. I like it. I don't know. I like it. I'm particularly fond of this normal recolor, which is great because normal recolor is going to be easy to collect for Rogue. So I will definitely be grabbing that. Alright, let's look at Priest. I don't really play Priest a lot. But, I mean, this set has its virtues, okay? This big sword Valkyr on the shoulders is certainly a statement. You know. Like I said, I'm not a big Priest player, but if I was, I think I would be mostly happy with this set. It's pretty bold, pretty larger than life, little over the top. I like this Elite Gladiator red, but I've already said that. I'm going to be saying that a lot. I like red. That's just the way I am. I like red coloration. But this sort of eerie blue with the gold, and the blue on the robe, I can get behind that. I could grab that if I was a Priest player. I probably won't be grabbing it. What would I give? Oh, I haven't been rating the other ones. This one I give an 8. I'll give it an 8. What about Rogue? I give Rogue a 9. What about Hunter? I give Hunter 7.5. I'm still going to collect it just because I'm wild about my Survival Hunter. So, I shouldn't have said wild. What a bad pun. I'm sorry, guys. Pun not intended. But I am over the moon about playing a Survival Hunter. Especially with some of the changes they've made to the abilities in Midnight. Like, I've got like a Molotov cocktail I can throw. And man, that was right up my alley, y'all. Throwing a Molotov cocktail as a Survival Hunter. Anyway, this video is not about that. Let's go to Death Knight. Okay, we're getting definitely ice. So this is like the frost set. I'm honestly not all that interested in this. I do have a Death Knight that I like to play, and he is frost. But this is going to be great for Unholy. This is going to be great for Blood. Okay, well, at any rate. If I was into this set, I would be very happy because Frost is exactly what I like to play. This is a pretty good color scheme, but it's just the build of the armor itself doesn't really interest me. And it doesn't even necessarily look like plate armor, except for the shoulders and to some extent the head. This looks like a cloth plate hybrid. I've never been all that interested in long robes on plate armor, which they give that sometimes to Paladin, and I'm like, oh no, not again. But I guess they gave it to Death Knight this time. It's okay, you know. I like this sort of pale green. What would you call that? Like an aqua. This is also good. Another flaw I'm going to point out is that the difference in coloration between the first 3 ranks of the PvE set are kind of negligible. Like, I guess this heroic gives the bone highlights more of a bony color, whereas this does not. So I guess I would rather have the heroic than the normal, but I'm still not gonna collect it. What would I give Death Knight? I give Death Knight a 7. Shaman. We'll go to Shaman at last. Not at last, but right now. Got a nice fire orange. This reminds me a lot of the sets from Dragonflight Season 1. I know other people have already said that, so sorry to be late. But yeah, it is very much a rock, rock themed, and that's okay. Especially, rock is an element. I will be gathering this. I will be getting this appearance. Not too crazy about the PvP sets. Yeah, I'll just be getting it at normal. The green doesn't interest me that much. The blue doesn't interest me that much. But, as you guys know, I like warm colors. I like the orange. I like the red. I like these eyes that it gives you. That's pretty dang cool. Also, the character I'm on right now is also a shaman. Not that really comes into it, but yeah, I like this. What would I give Shaman? I give Shaman an 8. Give Shaman an 8. Mage. This is not a set I'm going to be collecting. Sorry to sort of skip to the end like that. I do like this sort of fell blood elf look. If I had a blood elf mage, that would be worth going for. I don't really play a lot of blood elves. Not that there's anything wrong with blood elf. And of course it is a blood elf expansion, right? We're going to quell the loss. This expansion. Silvermoon City. Yeah. I guess this is pretty good for a Frost Mage, this normal look. Heroic would be good. What would this be good for? I don't know. Basically just a Blood Elf. Mythic is good for Arcane. Raid Finder's honestly not that bad. I love how sometimes the Raid Finder is actually good. I don't know if that's like... It almost feels like a mistake, like an oversight. Like, oh no, we made Raid Finder better than everything else. The Raid Finder sometimes is actually really good. Even though it tends to be low contrast, low drama kind of look most of the time. In colors that people wouldn't be all that interested in. I understand that's probably to, encourage you to go higher in the recolor difficulties, because we need more people doing, mythic raids and stuff. But I guess I like this. Okay, what would I give? I give this a 7.5. I'm not wild about it. I like the very 3D orbs. That's not so bad. It's definitely shiny. These orbs are definitely glowy and ethereal. So that it's very mage-like. What can I say? It's mage-like, but it's not my favorite thing. I won't be gathering this. Warlock. I'm actually rather on the fence about whether I want the Warlock set. So these recolors are great. Like, this is great. This is great. Even the Raid Finder. I mean, I'm not necessarily a yellow liking guy, but nothing wrong with yellow from time to time. Oh, look at that. This is the Elite PvP set. Yeah, I mean, it's a good set. Okay, I honestly give this very high marks. I don't know if I'm gonna gather it because I'm already gathering like 5 other sets. So that's kind of gonna fill my time once midnight launches. But like, um, yeah, it's good. It's really good. I'd get all the way up to probably heroic recolor with the black and fell green. Yeah, and the bronzy trim, touch of red. This has got everything I like. Maybe I will gather it. I'm still on the fence. I've gathered kind of a lot of Warlock appearances over the years. Do I really need one more? I'm just trying to find space in my lineup to cut one out. Warlock is the only one I would think of cutting out. So I'm on the fence about gathering this. I like the colors. I like the floating rocks. I'm a big fan of this mask. Let me get closer to this. This mask with the gaps in the jaw. Very skeletal. Very intimidating. Yeah. Yeah, very good stuff. Yeah. I might play Warlock in Season 1. Alright, we're going on to Monk. Alright, this is Gladiator. This is Elite. Okay, nice red with the Elite. We got a sort of blue for normal. Jade green for Mythic. Piss yellow for Raid Finder. Purple for Mythic. If I was a Monk player, which I don't play Monk because I don't like their abilities, I do like the class fantasy of being like a Kung Fu master. That appeals to me, but their actual ability loadout that they give monks is not my favorite thing. But I do like this set a lot. Like, I actually give this really high marks. Oh, what did I give Warlock? Warlock honestly is a 9 for me. Anyway, moving on to Monk. Yeah, Monk is another 9 to be completely honest. You got this like Mogu cat mask. Yeah. This cat mask reminds me of like the Korean cat in Kung Fu, not in Kung Fu Panda, in in K-pop Demon Hunters. You know how the Jinyu, the demon guy, has a pet cat that's like big and purple and has tusks and stuff. Reminds me of this Korean folklore cat god or cat demon. I don't know what it is. Sorry for my cultural illiteracy there. But yeah, the colors are good. Yellow is okay. Even the normal is pretty good. This sort of nice turquoise aqua blue. Of course, this is the main event. You know, we got jade green, red ropes. Very pronounced colors. Yeah, I mean, I like the horns. I like the shoulders. I like the ropes. Nothing wrong with this set at all. I give this set again a 9. Um, really good, really good. All right, we're on to Druid. This is Gladiator. This is Elite. I do like the red. Red and black is one of my favorite color schemes. Okay, Raid Finder is actually pretty sharp here, color-wise anyway. Okay, this is the heroic. Wow, pink and green. Back in Oz all over again, ladies and gentlemen. Blue. Okay, I don't want that. I have to project my mind into the mind of a druid because I don't play druid hardly at all. Druid is just not my thing. One of the things I don't like about druid is the fact that in almost all of the specs you're going to be shape-shifted out of your transmog. You're either going to be a bear or a cat or a owlkin or whatever. And like, why would I bother playing a spec where I can't even see the transmog I worked hard to get? The only one, as far as I know, and I could even be wrong about this, but you know, if you're a restoration druid, I guess you kind of get to be in your normal form sometimes. Or are they trees? Like I said, I don't know anything about druids. I don't play them hardly at all. I do like the Raid Finder, and I like the Elite Gladiator. What would I give this? You know, the seed pods on the shoulders and the wooden horns. I think it works, but like it's certainly not the kind of imposing, intimidating armor I like to wear. But it is very druidic, you know. A seed pod. What's wrong with that? You know? I don't know, guys. I'm going to give this a 7.5. It is hard for me, admittedly. It's hard for me to assume the mindset of somebody who plays druid and wants druidic sets. I just don't. I don't get into that. Alright, this is Demon Hunter. Blue for normal. Pale blue with gold for Raid Finder. That's not a bad color scheme, actually. Okay, we got Fell Green for heroic. Finally something that's relevant to Demon Hunters. And for Mythic, another Fell Green with purple and blue tones. Okay, what about... This is Gladiator, purple. This certainly fits the new Demon Hunter spec they're putting out. Oh, and red and black. Look at that. Surprise. Maybe I should try to get into like Elite Gladiator stuff. Maybe I should get into just arena PvP. This spec, and other people have said this, and other people who are smarter than me have said this, but like, why do they keep giving Demon Hunter big horns off the front when Demon Hunters already come with horns? Yeah, like, you know, the thought of having like 4 horns coming out of my forehead, I don't like that. That being said, I don't actually play Demon Hunter, so I don't have to worry about it. Like, if I'm just looking at this as a set, it's actually pretty cool. You know, I mean, I just said I just got done saying I like Warrior, and Warrior is just tusks and horns, and you know, that's what they always give you as Warrior, is tusks and horns. If it's not tusks and horns, it's spikes. Demon Hunter always seems to have demon horns, even though they don't need them. Again, Demon Hunter is not a class I play a lot of, but I do have a Demon Hunter up to level 70, I think, just waiting to be leveled through the War Within. I don't know. I I like this. What would I give this? I'll give it a 7.5 or an 8. Let's call it 8. I do like it. Like the prison bars. I don't know. I just like it. Alright, let's go to the last one. Evoker. Okay, this is normal. White, gold. I think this is kind of blah. I don't like the white coloration. Raid Finder, green and bronze with light gray steel trim and green gems. Heroic. Okay, this is more of a bronze. I guess this is meant to represent the bronze. Flight. We also have, see these 5 gems, the belt and 2 on each shoulder are colored appropriately for the 5 dragon flights in heroic. Okay, let's look at mythic. Okay, red. And if I'm not mistaken, these gems on this one shift color. Yeah, you can see them shifting color. That's kind of a cool gimmick. I like the red and white with gold. What's wrong with that? And a little bit of black. Nothing wrong with that at all. Let's look at Gladiator. This is the regular Gladiator at blue. Black for Elite Gladiator. I can only assume the black Dragonflight is aimed at the augmentation evokers, which as I understand it, and I don't know much about evokers, but augmentation evoker uses black Dragonflight magic. I like the black crystal. I like the sort of rainbow hues around the crystal. To be honest, this is pretty cool. Just this elite one really appeals to me. I'm not going to play an evoker, but if I did, I'd be pretty okay with this set, to be honest with you. Like, this is different for them, and it's interesting. Yeah, I'm mostly looking at this Elite Gladiator, black with brown, black with brown and bronze. What is it about brown that every once in a while you get a brown in a color scheme and it looks killer, like looks really good? I don't understand it. I'm not a graphic designer. But yeah, in this case, the brown just looks really good. Like it's a poop brown, but you know, with the black and the bronze, it just looks right. I actually really like this set. I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9. Nothing I ranked got a 10. You may have noticed that I don't really give 10s out except for exceptional ones. What's my favorite here? Warrior might be my favorite. Especially like normal being black and red, which is my favorite colorway. Yeah, Warrior is good. What else? Oh, Rogue. Rogue is very good. I know some people didn't like it. It was too fruity for some people because of the sleeves, but I just like it. Like, this reminds me of playing a rogue who's like an aristocrat or a dandy, you know? And like, that fits for me for the sort of romantical class fantasy of rogue. I have a subtlety rogue I leveled last season that I got appearances on. I'm either going to keep the subtlety rogue or I might level an assassination rogue. I'm kind of interested in assassination. Not all that interested in outlaw. But anyway, I can see myself wearing this. I like the normal. I like the turquoise and the red with the normal recolor. Honestly, I like the Raid Finder too. Pink is This may sound weird, guys, but pink is a cool color. It's a nice color. Um, I like pink. I don't know. Sue me. I like pink. Um, uh, yeah. All right. Well, that about wraps it up, guys. I'm gonna leave it on. What should I leave it on? Hunter. Leave it on Hunter with the Dom. I'm getting this heroic set. Heroic Hunter. Of course, in Midnight, the way they've set it up is if you get all of one set at this level, and this is what this little marker means. Completing this appearance set unlocks all preceding set variants. So if I get Heroic up to all 9 slots, I automatically get Normal and Raid Finder, which there's nothing wrong with that. Actually, I think I like the Raid Finder more than the Normal. Because of the blue, the sort of green-blue mixed with the paler orange. Just works for me better than this kind of green and red. Green are like Christmas colors, guys, for a hunter set. Like, I don't know. I just don't like this particular colorway. I'm a big fan of the Heroic, and I like the Raid Finder too. So that's just as well. It makes my goal simple. I'll just get the Heroic. Alright. Well, that's what we'll leave it on. Thanks for joining me on this adventure of fashion critique. Alright. I don't want to make the video any longer than it already is. So, peace out. Take care of yourselves. I love you. And keep winning. Bye.